I was very wrong about Dune. And no, if you're wondering, I'm not talking about the 1984 version. Oof, that one sucks. Let's talk about Dune 2021. What's up, y'all? I'm Movies and Train Studios. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Dune 2021. Now, if you don't follow me on Letterboxd, which you might, I don't know if you do or not. I used to not like this movie very much. I used to give it 3 out of 5 stars. I don't really know why I gave it that. Maybe at first it was because I just didn't really watch it all at once. But then I finished it like a week later or something like that. But I did finish it today, or watch it all the way through, and I just want to say it was a very good movie. Not the best I've ever seen, but it's still a very interesting sci-fi movie that has come out in recent dates. So, if you want my in-depth review, that'll start now. If you just want that, or if you just want my general opinion, you can skip to the end where I give my final score, or if you can just consider this my general opinion. So yeah, that's my general opinion. Let's get into the positives of this movie. And I think the biggest positive I can give this movie is that with usual Denis Villeneuve movies, which is the name of the director, of course, if you didn't know that, his narratives aren't exactly the clearest. And with this movie, it was very clear. You knew what the motivations of the characters were, you knew who the characters were, you knew what they were doing. There wasn't a lot of exposition, so it wasn't a very simple plot. It's a 2-part structure, and but it's still clear. The plan for this movie was to make 2 movies, one part being the first half, the second part being the second half, and this is, of course, the first half of the movie, which I'll get to in my negatives, but, yeah, clear narrative, I can understand what's going on. Second thing that I have, great characters. Paul Atreides, the main character, I can say was a good character, but I'll get into him later on in the video. Duncan, Idaho. That was Jason Momoa. Great actor in this movie. I really liked him as Duncan, Idaho, which is his character. The one scene where where he's going into a chamber, and it is kind of a spoiler, and he raises his knife and does this number, which is a reoccurring thing. I think it's just because of the House Atreides that has that as a recognition symbol. Yeah, Duncan, Idaho is an awesome character. I really shamed that what happens with him later. I want you guys to watch this movie. I'm trying not to spoil it as hard as I can. But yeah, the characters were just really great. Next thing, amazing visuals. Not going to lie, this movie might have the best visuals in any movie I've ever seen. I didn't go see this in the theaters. Watched it on HBO Max on a non-4K television. and they were great. I bet they would be my favorite visuals in any movie ever if I had seen this on a big screen or on a 4K television. But yeah, beautiful looking movie. And my last big positive is that this movie is very well paced. I didn't feel a single moment of the 2.5 hour movie that it is, and it's well paced while being a long story that you don't really feel the length, and I like that. It's just the right length, I feel, for this kind of story. And moving into that, let's go into the negatives. This movie is very clearly the first part of a story. It's very clearly an incomplete story, and its structure is supposed to be like that. It was split up into 2 parts to make it long. It's a long book. It's like 700 pages. From what I've heard about it, it's like around 700 pages. And I can see why Denis Villeneuve would want to make it a 2-part thing, because long movie, we saw what happened with Zack Snyder's Justice League. It wasn't put in the theaters, put on HBO Max, and it was 4 hours. This is 5 hours being split in half, so that can go into the theaters easily. We've seen Avengers Endgame 3 hours long. That went into the theaters. So this is a very cinematic series, though. So yeah, very clearly an incomplete story. That's a big issue. I mean, like, you have to wait until Dune Part 2 comes out to get the complete story, which I'm really looking forward to, because this is a great story. Spoiler alert for my final opinion. And I feel like an issue that will keep going with the second part that won't be, like, stopped, which is, like, probably my biggest issue with this, is that it's an unnecessary length. 5 hours is, I wouldn't say it's terrible, but it's not necessary. It's, like I said, it's unnecessary. It will feel lengthy if you try to watch these as a duology. If you watch them individually, you won't really feel that length. I swear, this first part, if you haven't seen it, you don't feel the length. And like I said, it's got great pace. So my biggest negative, though, I saved it for last. You probably know if you follow me on Letterboxd, I don't like Timothée Chalamet. He is annoying. I don't like his performance in this. He doesn't show a lot of emotion. And he stands there and acts very, I don't know, like, how to describe him other than emo, which is, like, dark and just, like, stands in the corner and tries to not be social. And he kind of acts like that. He isn't a very good actor, in my opinion, like people say he is. Yeah, he's one of those actors that just, whenever he's in a movie, he annoys me. And overall, this movie was good. Very, very good. It's by itself. I mean, it's like a great story, great pace, great characters, great narrative. You can understand what's going on. While I think there are some issues with it, but like some are personal reasons. But I mean, not personal, but like probably only me would have a problem with. I think it's good. So, for my score, I'm going to give it an 88%. It's a good score. It's an A-, letter grade. And on the entertainment scale, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. It's entertaining. I didn't really find myself bored. I did kind of find myself dozing off a little bit in like the middle of the film, but like right where I was falling asleep, it was about to start an action sequence. So I jumped right back in. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys like this movie because I did. And if you don't like it that much, I recommend rewatching it. Rewatch, I think, makes it better. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. Peace out.